Staying on top of AI news, it really feels like a constant sprint, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Every single day, there's just this wave of new stuff.
Yeah, and it's so easy to feel like you're missing something important. You want that key info, right? But without getting totally swamped.
Exactly.
So that's what this daily news deep dive is really, for giving you that quick path to understanding the big AI moves shaping things.
We pull from, the day's top tech news, industry reports, research papers.
Right, and our mission today, simple, cut through the noise, give you clarity on what actually matters in AI, like right now.
Precisely. So today, we're going to jump into the latest on the infrastructure, the hardware powering AI.
Okay.
And then the new models, the software developments, and crucially, how this stuff is actually being used out there.
A focused look at today's biggest AI headlines. Let's kick things off with the engine room. Infrastructure and hardware.
Sounds good.
New chips, they were at Computex 2025, and they're really hammering this power-efficient AI angle.
Yeah, I saw that. They had that 45-watt AI card running a 14 billion parameter model.
That's pretty impressive, 45 watts.
Yeah.
When you think about the energy future of AI data centers, that efficiency focus feels really key.
It really does. I mean, these models just keep getting bigger, more complex. Their power draw is a huge factor.
So new chips tackling that head-on, it suggests maybe a path towards more sustainable AI, especially if we want AI everywhere.
Definitely. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Also at Computex, Qualcomm, they confirmed they're jumping into the data center market.
Ah, interesting. With high-speed, low-power inferencing stuff, right?
Exactly. Targeting AI workloads, given their whole background in mobile chips, efficiency.
Right, that's their bread and butter.
So them moving into data centers, specifically for AI hardware, that could really shake things up a bit.
I think so, too. Their expertise in power efficiency from mobile, that's a unique perspective for the data center constraints.
Yeah.
It could mean more competition, more diverse options for AI tasks, especially for inference, like you said, running the models.
Okay, and then there's NVIDIA. They always have a ton of news at Computex.
Always.
NVLink Fusion really stood out to me. They're basically letting non-NVIDIA CPUs and accelerators talk much more closely with their GPUs.
In these big rack scale systems.
Yeah. That sounds like it could seriously boost AI performance, allowing for more tailored hardware combinations.
Well, what's really significant there is NVIDIA's strategy, isn't it? It's about heterogeneous computing for AI.
Okay, unpack that a bit.
Basically making different kinds of processors work together really efficiently in the same system. It enables more powerful, more specialized AI setups.
Got it. And NVIDIA also announced plans for a big AI supercomputer in Taiwan.
Yeah, partnering with Foxconn and the Taiwanese government. And TSMC is lined up to be a major user, too.
That feels like a massive commitment to boosting AI R&D over there.
Oh, absolutely. It highlights this global race for AI dominance, right? And how critical that high-performance computing infrastructure is.
And investing in Taiwan, with all those key tech players involved.
It's bound to speed up AI innovation and adoption locally, you'd think.
And to power these systems, NVIDIA also unveiled their Connect X8 Super NECs with PCIe Gen 6.
Right. Faster plumbing, essentially.
Yeah, for listeners, think of it as like upgrading the highways inside the AI system. Data moves much, much faster.
Which is just critical when you're dealing with the enormous data sets these models chew through.
Reduces bottlenecks.
Exactly. The speed of those interconnects is vital. Connect X8 with PCIe Gen 6, that's a big jump in bandwidth. It means faster training, faster deployment for the really large models.
NVIDIA also introduced something called NVIDIA Exemplar Clouds, benchmarking AI cloud infrastructure.
Yeah, basically setting a standard to measure how well different cloud platforms perform for AI tasks.
That sounds incredibly useful for developers, right? Trying to figure out where to run their AI projects.
Definitely. Standard benchmarks are essential as the AI cloud market gets bigger.
Gives them solid data to compare performance, cost effectiveness.
Makes for more informed decisions, yeah.
Okay, now for something totally different. China launching an AI cloud into orbit.
Yeah, saw that too. Wild. Starting with 12 satellites, aiming for 2,800 eventually.
And each one packing, 744 TOPS of compute?
Yeah, serious processing power up there. It's certainly a, novel approach to AI infrastructure.
What are the potential upsides or downsides?
Well, maybe lower latency for satellite-linked applications, maybe more resilience. But the tech challenges, the costs, the logistics, It's huge.
We'll have to watch how that one develops.
For sure.
And one last hardware point. NVIDIA and Foxconn working together on robotics for healthcare using NVIDIA physical AI.
Right. They showed a demo at Taichung Veterans General Hospital.
That really feels like AI stepping out of the purely digital world into physical applications.
It does.
Yeah.
Applying AI to robotics, especially in tricky areas like healthcare, shows the potential to help professionals, maybe improve patient care.
Physical AI, that term emphasizes AI understanding and interacting with the real world, right?
Exactly, which is fundamental if you want robots doing useful things.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk AI models and software development. Big news from OpenAI.
Codex.
Yeah, Codex, their AI coding agent. It's in research preview now for some ChatGPT subscribers.
The potential there feels huge. AI helping write code, maybe even changing how software gets built entirely.
Integrating an AI coding assistant right into ChatGPT, which so many people use.
It could really lower the barrier for AI-assisted coding, couldn't it? And maybe give experienced programmers a big productivity boost.
Definitely something to watch. And Stability AI. They released a small, open text-to-audio model.
Oh yeah, the one that can run on mobile devices.
That's the one. Generates short stereo audio clips, supposedly pretty quickly.
That whole trend towards smaller, more efficient models that can run right on your phone or device, that's important.
Enables on-device AI, right? Like generating audio in real time without needing the cloud.
Exactly. Stability's model is a great example of that push.
And AWS is getting in on the making things easier for developers game too. They open sourced their Strands Agents SDK.
Right, aimed at simplifying how you build AI agents, using a model-driven approach, they said.
So making it easier to build these intelligent, potentially autonomous AI systems.
Yeah, by providing tools and frameworks to the community, AWS could really accelerate the creation of more sophisticated AI agents. Open sourcing is key there.
Interesting. Now, something a bit more fun, perhaps. Lego GPT.
Haha, yeah, from Carnegie Mellon researchers. An AI that generates physically stable Lego designs from text prompts.
That's just fascinating. AI helping with creative design, but also problem solving, making sure it actually stands up.
It's a brilliant example of AI bridging that gap between, like, language instructions and a physical thing you can build.
You can see applications in education, maybe even engineering prototyping.
For sure. It really highlights AI's creative side.
And on the legal side of things, the Linux Foundation introduced OpenMDW.
A new permissive license specifically for AI models and their associated bits and pieces, yeah?
That sounds like it could really help the open source AI world, fostering more sharing and collaboration.
Absolutely. Having clear, open licensing like OpenMDW is vital for AI to grow and be accessible. It encourages people to share and build on each other's work.
Okay, quick hits on some research. Google DeepMind using reinforcement learning to help LLMs act better on what they know.
Yeah, making them more effective in using their knowledge. And Ant Group researchers introduced them for optimizing tool use and reasoning in LLMs, making them smarter and more efficient.
And Google researchers also unveiled Light Lab for AI control over lighting and images.
Right. All these point towards making AI more capable, more practical, more sophisticated in understanding and manipulating different kinds of information. Visual, textual, logical.
It's pushing the boundaries.
Definitely.
And one final point on models. A finding that SWE bench performance, that's a software engineering benchmark, hit over 50% without using external tools.
That's pretty remarkable, actually. It suggests these advanced AI models have significant inherent ability now to tackle complex coding tasks all by themselves.
Wow. Okay, let's shift to where AI is actually being applied out in the world.
Right. Real-world impact.
Miami-Dade County Public Schools. A huge AI rollout. Training over 1,000 educators. Giving Gemini access to over 105,000 students.
That's the largest deployment like that in the U.S., isn't it?
I believe so. It's a major signal about AI entering the education system mainstream.
Yeah, it shows a growing confidence in AI's potential to help teaching and learning. But the focus on training the teachers, that's absolutely crucial for it to work.
Good point. Elsewhere, the UK's Met Office and other big tech firms are using AI for weather forecasting.
Trying to improve accuracy and get more detailed predictions.
Given how much weather affects, well, everything.
Yeah.
That seems like a really beneficial application.
Totally. It's a classic big data problem, right? AI is great at analyzing those vast, complex data sets to find patterns leading to better forecasts.
Then there's Walmart, reportedly prepping for a future where AI agents might just do your shopping for you.
Whoa, That hints at a massive shift in retail, doesn't it? AI playing a much more direct role in buying things.
Yeah, automating and personalizing the whole shopping experience, maybe.
It's fascinating to think about.
Also seeing more AI bots used in job interviews. Getting attention on TikTok, apparently.
Right. It highlights AI moving more into HR and hiring.
Which brings potential efficiencies, I guess, but also big questions about, fairness, bias, the human touch in hiring.
It's a tricky balance.
AI is also making waves in digital finance, predicting Bitcoin prices, informing market strategies.
Yeah, applying AI to crypto markets. It can process tons of financial data, spot trends.
Though the volatility there is still immense.
Oh, absolutely. AI isn't a magic crystal ball, especially not there.
And in healthcare, again, exploring AI for survivor recovery, not just analyzing data, but providing personalized guidance.
That feels significant. Moving towards more tailored support, potentially more effective patient care based on individual needs.
NVIDIA also popped up again with an AI blueprint for video analytics, better video search and summarization.
That has huge applications, right? Security, media analysis, anything dealing with tons of video.
AI making sense of all that visual data much more efficiently.
Exactly, extracting meaningful insights quickly.
And finally, back in Taiwan, companies like TSMC and Foxconn using digital twins, powered by NVIDIA tech, for industrial AI.
Using AI to optimize manufacturing.
Yeah, simulating processes, finding efficiencies in really complex factory environments, tangible benefits.
Digital twins driven by AI are becoming a powerful tool for industry.
All right, let's look at some of the ethical and societal discussions swirling around AI right now.
Always important.
There's a review of a book, The AI Con, by Emily Bender and Alex Hanna. It's critical of the whole AI revolution narrative.
Right, raising concerns about the concentration of wealth it might cause and whether AI replaced services are actually worse.
It questions the hype, basically.
Pushes back on the dominant narratives, which is healthy.
Then there's the controversy around Musk's AI bot, Grok. Initially saying skeptical things about the Holocaust death toll.
Yeah, later blamed on a programming error.
It just highlights the massive challenge of ensuring factual accuracy and avoiding really harmful biases in these AI systems.
A huge ongoing challenge.
And speaking of controversy, Elton John is furious about the UK government's AI copyright plans.
Calling them absolute losers and letting tech firms use protected work without permission, a criminal offense. Strong words.
Very strong. Contrast that with artist Grayson Perry, who seems more relaxed about AI using his work. Different perspectives.
It really shows the divide in the creative industries about AI and copyright. It's a major battleground.
Geopolitics, too. U.S. officials reportedly worried about Apple potentially doing an AI deal with Alibaba in China.
The concern being it could boost China's AI sector.
Highlights how AI development is tangled up with international relations and competition.
Absolutely. It's not just about technology.
There's also debate around whether AI progress has to come at the expense of marginalized workers.
A critical ethical question about who benefits and who potentially loses out from automation.
And a student demanding a refund because their professor allegedly used ChatGPT for class materials.
Wow. Raises big questions about AI's ethical use in education, doesn't it? What's acceptable? What's transparent?
Definitely. Security is another angle. Reports of vulnerabilities in something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP.
Suggesting malicious tools could potentially exploit AI agents. Security needs to keep pace with capability.
In a study finding AI agents can actually develop their own social norms.
That points to complex, maybe unpredictable emergent behaviors in these systems. Fascinating, but also a bit unnerving.
Yeah. Finally, on this front, UK tech leaders reporting a rapidly increasing AI skills gap, more than doubled in a year.
So the demand for AI talent is far outstripping the supply. That's a major bottleneck for adoption.
Okay, let's zoom in specifically on OpenAI for a moment. Lots happening there.
Always seems to be.
Reports that Microsoft is moving to protect its position as OpenAI evolves.
Given how intertwined they are, any shift in that relationship is big news for the whole AI landscape.
It's a critical partnership to watch.
Definitely.
And OpenAI's own global ambitions seem clear with Project Stargate.
Right, aiming to build AI infrastructure in partner countries around the world, expanding beyond their U.S. plans.
Signals a desire for a truly global AI compute footprint.
Which could really shape who has access to powerful AI capabilities in the future.
Sam Altman also made waves defending Trump's AI chip deals with the UAE and Saudi Arabia, calling critics naive.
Yeah, that underscores the intense global competition for advanced AI hardware.
and the differing views on who should get access and the geopolitical implications.
It's complex, high-stakes stuff involving massive investment and national interest.
Briefly, Anthropic Dario Amadei's company keeps growing, positioning itself as trying to win the AI race ethically.
Their focus on responsible AI is a key differentiator, isn't it? Especially with all the ethical discussions we just mentioned.
It resonates with that growing concern.
It does.
And just as a sign of the current buzz, Satya Nadella apparently quipped about choosing chatbots over podcasts.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe a joke, but it does reflect the intense focus and, frankly, hype around conversational AI right now.
Everyone wants to build the best chatbot.
Seems like it.
So, wrapping up today's Daily News Deep Dive, the big themes really jump out, don't they?
They do. Super fast infrastructure development, relentless innovation in the models and software.
And AI just spreading into more and more industries, more applications, plus these constant ethical and societal questions keeping pace.
Exactly. Today's news is just a snapshot, but it shows a field moving at incredible speed, becoming, deeply embedded in how we do things.
You tuned in hoping for a clear, concise update on the important AI stuff, and I really hope this deep dive hit the mark.
We covered a lot of ground.
We did. Now, just think about the sheer speed of all this we discussed today. What does this pace of change in the hardware, the software, the applications actually suggest for, say, the next year or two? Not just for tech, but for your daily life, your work.
It's an incredible landscape to watch unfold, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.